Hi everyone, and thank you for tuning back into Aaron Meets World. My name's Aaron, and in this episode I'm actually going to do a Power Rangers review of Lightning Collection Green Ranger and Putty Patroller 2-pack. I have not done a Power Rangers figure review in quite a while, but I actually received this figure 2-pack a few weeks ago, and it's been one that I've wanted to talk about because for collectors, there are now a couple different versions, especially of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, that are collector worthy. So I think it's good to compare them, and who better to compare than the Green Rangers. Now, the version of the Green Ranger in this 2-pack is actually the version that was seen in the Fighting Spirit episode of Power Rangers Dino Thunder, so he does have the silver portion on his helmet, but aside from that, the Green Ranger is the Green Ranger. But I do want to compare them, so I'll show some better clips than this, but I'm just going to hold him up at first. This is the version of Tommy that you get in the 2-pack. And then, of course, comes with the Putty Patroller, which, in my opinion, is actually the star in this 2-pack, because in my recollection, I'm not sure that we've ever gotten a Putty Patroller action figure. We've gotten other monsters, but we have not gotten a Putty Patroller. So it's actually really cool that they've done this. I kind of would have preferred that they would have release the two figures separately, because I could see some people wanting to have more than one Putty. You typically would if you're going to set up any sort of display with putties. You'd want more than one. But in any case, he's a pretty cool figure. Comes with interchangeable hands. Has like this ball fist version, a sword fist, and then I think just a regular fist. While with Tommy, he does come with his Evil Green Ranger Sword of Darkness, as well as the Dragon Dagger, and then a couple interchangeable hands. Aside from that, he has his regular fists, and then fists that can hold the weapons. And in my opinion, this figure, there's something about the size ratio that comes off as a little off. I think the helmet might be a little too big in relation to how it looks with his dragon shield on. I do have a couple other of the Lightning Collection Rangers, and I don't feel like they have that issue. So maybe the issue is actually that the dragon shield might be the wrong size. I'm not sure. I haven't been able to tell, but there's something about it that seems a little off. Now, comparing it to the Legacy Collection Green Ranger, I feel like this guy is head and tails better than the Lightning Collection version. Not to say that he's perfect at all. I don't feel like they've released a perfect version yet, but when my level of quality that I'm looking for would really be up closer to something you'd get from Hot Toys, I don't feel like they've scratched the surface with these guys yet. And at least for Mighty Morphin, I feel like there would be collectors out there willing to shell out $100, $150 per figure for a really, really well done figure. I certainly would, at least for the original 7 Rangers, and maybe Zeo. But if I were going to compare these two, this one seems just really blocky, while this one seems, again, not perfect, but I feel like he has better ratios. Now, a lot of people complained about the Legacy Rangers being too muscly, but when you're at the very least using like Tommy or Jason for your Ranger body, I don't think that's a problem, because they were really muscly, and they should be really muscly, at least for those 2 Rangers. So again, I feel like this one does better in that case too. And then obviously looking at the paint job, look at the dragon shields. Legacy Collection may have dropped the ball with the Gold Ranger, but in the very beginning, in the very first wave for the Green Ranger, they did a nice shiny gold, while this is kind of a yellowy gold. Not as bad as what you got with the Legacy Gold Ranger, but nowhere near as good as what you got with the Legacy White Ranger or Green Ranger. So if you're going to have one to represent your Green Ranger and some sort of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers collection, I still recommend trying to get the Green Ranger. I have seen some of these relatively recently in GameStops, where I guess warehouses probably had extras of the Mighty Morphin team, so some of them have been showing up in stores. So you might still be able to get this one somewhere at retail if you look hard enough. But yeah, comparing them, I feel like it's no contest, at least for the Green Ranger, with it being the Legacy Green Ranger being the better of the two. Now with that said, I do still feel like the Putty Patroller is worth it, and that's one of the things I do really like about the Lightning collection is the monsters. I haven't unboxed them yet, but I do have Goldar and I do have Lord Zed, and it's definitely the best Lord Zed we've ever gotten, and I feel like it's probably the best Goldar we've ever gotten. So that's one area where I feel like Hasbro is doing us right, is when it comes to the monsters, and they seem to just be doing Mighty Morphin monsters for now. But I appreciate them doing that and filling that out. But what do you guys think? I know a lot of people kind of prefer the more sleek look for the Rangers, kind of like what you would have gotten from some of the more high-end Bandai figures. I'm blanking on the name of that line right now, but they had some like $50 per figure versions of the Rangers that were out years ago that were more sleek and people said show accurate. But yeah, what do you guys think? Which do you prefer? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching my video. Please like and please subscribe. I will have some more Ranger oriented videos in the future. I do still have some more Galaxy's Edge stuff to cover, but I'm trying to break it up a little bit just because there is so much. I do still have the Jedi Tunic, Jedi Robe, my droid, maybe a few other things. But I did get the tabletop game Heroes of the Grid expansion pack that has all the Kickstarter bonuses, and I plan on ordering the base game as well. Maybe I'll paint some of them up. And I did also decide to get on the Kickstarter for the Zeo expansion as well. I'm not really a tabletop gamer, but I'm a big Power Rangers fan, especially when it comes to Mighty Morphin and Zeo. So I want to check those out. The little models for the monsters especially are really cool. I personally wish I didn't have to paint them, but maybe I'll like that experience. I'm a pretty creative person, so I'll do a few and maybe it'll be fun. Maybe I'll do more of them. We'll see how they turn out. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.